そうだな、あと嘘。いっぱいあるね。
Yes, I'll take a lie detector test.
出た、嘘発見器。それでやることになった。
I've never taken a lie detector test before. Does it really work? My name. That was the only question I failed. Your lie detector works.
名前さっきなんて言ってたっけ？この次のクリップを多分見たよね。
No cat. My parents had a cat before they died called Domino. It was this little black thing with white dots. And we never did anything about the cat for that, but if you were thin, you could maybe squeeze through it.
猫の名前出てきちゃったよ。
I would have been a good mother. I was young, but I would have been a good mother. She was a girl, by the way, the baby. We were going to call her Sarah. Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana, but I didn't want her to have a symmetrical name.
花だからね。名前、私。
We loved our cat, Domino. He had this little bell around his neck to stop him from killing birds in the garden. And we used to write each other notes and put them in the bell, and we could send them to each other. Mum found some of the notes once, and she thought I was just writing to myself because our handwriting was identical.
そこまで。
And we had our own words for things, so she didn't quite understand them anyway. He saw me singing one of my shows, pure chance. Not sure I remember what he was even doing there. Afterwards, I had a drink at the bar and he came over.
これはサイモンとの出会いかな？
I knew who he was. Obviously, I knew who he was, but he didn't know who I was. He was fascinated by the likeness. He guessed my name from my tattoo. Told me it was a palindrome, like that would impress me. I enjoyed talking to him. It was amazing to be able to sit and interact and talk to him after all this time. He didn't tell me he was married. I'm not sure what he was thinking. He later told me it was like he was dreaming. A waking dream.
彼女は別の出会い方もしてたんだ。歌ね、歌。
So I moved out. Got a small bed sit.
あ、これ屋根裏を出たんだ。
Got my tattoo to mark the occasion. I was singing in a bar in the evenings, so I had some money, enough money to cover my rent. And I've been doing something similar ever since. I haven't put down any roots. I don't exist.
いやー、大変な境遇だよ。で、結局事件としてはどういう関わり方だったのかっていうと、どうやって辿っていけばいいのかな。両親も見たいけど、血とかに調べようかなと思った。両親。 私とかにしてみるか。
Could they have been my parents' fingerprints? I'm not sure how long they last for, but is that possible?
あとアリバイとかかな。
Yeah, we were 17. It was a nice wedding, people said. Simon looked very handsome in the photos. His parents paid for everything, but he's an only child, so it was important to them. It was what they called a shotgun wedding, but if you looked at the photos, you couldn't tell. The dress was beautiful. It looked like Princess Diana's. The train wasn't quite as long, though. There's a great photo of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car.
タトゥーが入ってる方がってことだよね。これはタトゥー入ってない。いや、入ってないのかな。これも結局入れ替わってんのかな。私、両親花かな。花。ないか。はい。絞れず。あ。
Okay. I've given blood before. Do you need to take that for your records?
血液検査。現場の血と照合。
Nothing like this has ever happened to me before. The blood. It's probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Like I said before, it was 3, something like that. I walked in, saw Simon. He was on the floor of the living room. His throat had been cut. There was a lot of blood. He was dead.
最初に見つけたのかな。ないの。この血の他のクリップ気になるけどな。出せないかな。あ、来た来た来た。あともう一件であるんだけどな。
She was sat behind him. She had my wig on. And she'd been there all day. And she had blood on her. And she was in shock.
なるほど。花が殺したんだけど、2人でそれを隠蔽してるのか。で、ウィッグは金髪にいたヘレナっていうのが彼女なんだ。バーでの若い女の子。いや、そうかな。ヘレナもう一回調べるか。あれ、ヘレナじゃなくてなんて言うんだっけ。私のメモが間違ってんのかな。ヘレンだ、ヘレン。ヘレン。あるいは金髪、ウィッグ。ちっちゃいかな。
wig? You mean, what type of wig?
ああ、金髪。
No, I've never worn a wig. What kind of wig? This other person doesn't exist.
もう一人の人物。
I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could
あ、
be
金髪じゃなく
anything.
てブロンドか。
Have you looked at the cat flap?
やっぱりさ、ここの日はタトゥーない気がするよね。結局まだ二人ちゃんといそうだよね。
This was about 9. I went round and she was waiting for me. She was furious and so angry, the kind of anger you can only have towards yourself. We screamed at each other, argued, cried, we fought. I hit her back, left a bruise. I had my wig on from performing, she tore it off. Eventually, we grew tired of fighting and I left.
これは妊娠したことを伝えたのかな、彼女。あ、
Her story is that she'd waited for him to come back. She put on my wig, some of my clothes, pretended to be me. They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me. Then he took out a present, another mirror, just like the one he'd given her earlier. That unique present. She went crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her. So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open. She'd only meant to scare him off.
うん。これが喉が切れた理由ね。ないか。これも歌ってそう。
You want me to play something? I'm not the world's greatest guitar player. Okay. Probably needs tuning. No, it's okay. How about a traditional ballad? Should be right up your street. Sisters came walking by the sea. Oh, the wind and the rain. The eldest one pushed the other one in. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. See, they both had a love for the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain, but he only cared for the youngest one. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Oh, the eldest envied her
これも
sister
完全に二人のことを歌ってる
Oh, the wind and the rain, with a pretty little face and her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. So she pushed her in and held her down. Oh, the wind and the rain watched her as she slowly drowned. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Oh, she floated up and she floated down. Oh, the wind here swims in a swan on a dreadful wind and rain. And then it gets really weird, so I think that's a good place to stop.
これの続きがさっき見たやつかな。結局続きも歌ったっていう。見た。
Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair. I bought a photo. They said a spring photo. This was taken last year on holiday in Rome. It's the best one I have.
うん。タトゥー。
No, he doesn't have any tattoos.
うん、花本人はタトゥーはない。
Down here near his stomach, past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before, a long time ago. He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on here though. He takes them off with the camera. But he needs them to see properly, you know. He has to read a newspaper or a menu in a restaurant. Not book so much, or watching TV. He likes TV.
ちょっと待って、メガネって言った？
That was before, a long time. Just like the photo.
メガネをかける。この切ったっていうのは、まあ彼を殺してしまった時の鏡のあれなのか、まあ流産の時の手術痕なのかはちょっとわかんないんやろ。
Oh, my tattoo. I got it to express my individuality. It's an apple and a snake.
ここがもう完全に矛盾してるよねって話か。なんで7月1日はギターを弾いてるからイブかっこ仮火ってイブの方なんだよね。6月18が花。メガネとあと鏡も調べなきゃな。お、どんな感じだ？終わったのか？まだです。そうか、了解。じゃあ終わったら教えてくれ。これでなんか大体分かったことになったのかな。だから来た。終わったっていうと話が進むのかな。